This bitch wants to sit here and tell me fucking when and when not to record. Fucking bitch. I don't call my girl a bitch. That's a complete, that is just not true. That's my best Joe Biden voice. I'm getting ready to fucking set up. It's 11 o'clock at night. We just did a 3-mile run. Almost 3 miles. It was like 2.5 if you saw my Instagram. I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get this shit done. Niggas is drinking fucking pumpkin cold brew at fucking 11 something at night. So I'm just trying to get the setup done. My girl's like, hold on, I have to take a shit. You gotta record on. Don't fucking tell me what to do.
Get the fuck out of here.
The fuck. So you know what I thought of when that shit happened, bro? When people test my gangster. When people test my gangster. When people test my gangster. This is the scene that I think about every fucking time, dude. Every time. This is an award-winning scene. I don't know if he won any awards for this shit, but this is literally me.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh?
That's me to
you
her.
think you can do this shit? Yay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay. When I get finished
if I could
with you.
fucking have every single scene in this movie, right, on the soundboard, I'll do it. This one specifically.
Shoe program, nigga.
24-hour lockdown.
23-hour lockdown.
23.
I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here.
You just live here. Fuck out of here. She heard that in the room. I just had to get that shit off my chest. I felt very disrespected. On my podcast, I had to prove I'm not pussy. I run this house. I pay half the rent, but I run this house. I don't give a fuck. I'm just putting out parodies. I'm putting out parodies, bro. I'm putting out podcasts weekly sometimes. I'm running at night, not struggling, still giving fades during the day, 11-hour shifts. Nigga, I'm doing it. And I don't give a fuck. There's no excuses. Best version of myself. Now I'm starting to sound like one of these fucking tool bag niggas on Instagram who fucking post about no days off, fucking just do it type shit. And in a way, I love just do it, but at the same time, go fuck yourself. That's my message for this week's podcast. And BT Dubs, if you had no fucking clue and you've been living under a rock, this episode of the Jimmy's Diner podcast is brought to you by Soulita Soap.
My name is Jimmy.
Where's the crack?
My name is Jimmy.
What the fuck? He just changed his name? Yes. Yes, I did. You know why? Because that's how life works, bro. I could just do whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want. Okay? So, this is episode 43 of Jimmy's Diner. And I did that. Formerly known as Sin Vergüenza. The short answer, ladies and gentlemen, does it take a rocket scientist? I'm sick and tired of explaining what Sin Vergüenza means to people. So, I'm going to reveal to you my master marketing plan. I took the fucking shirt that I put out from this podcast, right? I had a nice little bit in this podcast about how much I love breakfast food and kind of sexualize it a little bit. And if it's a pretty good bit, you know, it's a pretty good off the top podcast bit because that's all we fucking do here. And I put it on a shirt and I sold a couple shirts, my nigga. So here we are. I took the fucking shirt and I said, this is the podcast name. This shit comes out in the AM. You pull up with your cold brew, your decaf, your matcha, your fucking hot salted caramel chocolate, your cafe bustelo. You pull up. I put this out in the morning, okay? But we open 24 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen. You could pull up on this shit at fucking night when you're done whacking your shit. Whatever you want to do, you just do it. No days off. Jimmy's Diner is open for business. And my marketing plan, guess what? I put the shirts back out. I make long sleeves. I make fucking champion hoodies, maybe. I make some fucking caps. I make some fucking beanies. I love the word cap. Maybe I'll make a cap that says cap on it. That's a good. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the caps. If you think that I should make a cap, like a cap for people who cap a lot, or if you want to put it on a day that you're capping so much that you got to put a cap on that says cap on it, I'm gonna make the cap. Let me know if I should make the cap, and I'll make the fucking cap. Coffee's coming back up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the name. That is a name change, and that's it. That's it. That's all I have for you. That's the episode. I'm gonna fucking go to bed, and I'm just kidding. We fresh off another parody. If you haven't checked it out yet, you probably have. If you're here, you fucking watched it, you streamed it, whatever you want to do, just keep hitting that play button. Hopefully this goes viral. If not, I'm not stopping, bro. I'm gonna keep putting shit out because that's what the fuck I do. I don't get discouraged, my nigga. Sometimes I do that, but that's human nature. So, we fresh off another parody. Laugh now, cry later. I thought the video itself was hilarious. Drake fucking his tears coming down his face the whole time. Hilarious. So I just had to make my own about how, annoying teenagers can be and how fucking hilarious they are. Even if they're annoying, they're hilarious. Before you guys call DCYF.
Get the fuck out of here.
So, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for the little bit of success I'm getting on IG from it. Because you're running up. Right now, the numbers are like going up on IG, but not on YouTube. But I'm very appreciative regardless. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm not going to lie to you. I definitely took a little bit of I had to reset because the last podcast was very and I didn't like that. I thought it was a good idea to have my friend who's also an ex on here, and she kind of just started shitting out her mouth about shit, and it should have been more about what she does and just goofing around and everything, and it just got really awkward, and I'm not going to do that again. So, new rule of the podcast, no more exes on this bitch. But we back on. I also clearly was working on the parody, so I wasn't just sitting on my fucking ass, because guess what? It's no days off. And honestly, I should put a cap on right now because that's what I'm doing. This weather, I'm going to fucking touch back on this shit. I had a podcast maybe a year ago around this time playing sweater weather. This weather, just so everybody knows, PSA, I would take it, I would put it in a little ball, and I'd shove it up my ass. I got fucking PSL with me, pumpkin spice. You know what I'm saying? I love all the pumpkin. I love all the apples. I love all the fucking, the cider, everything. It's so funny because I don't drink cider all year. I can't. I can't. My girl, that's all she drinks. I will drink cider and enjoy it in the fall. If that's not the most, festive shit you've ever heard. And I'm just about ready to add mad Christmas songs to my soundboard, bro. Just so we're clear. It is October today. I think today would be, when you guys are listening to this, it would be October 1st. And I'm ready for fucking Christmas music. Okay? So there's that. That's how I feel about this weather. We're going to jump right into the nitty gritty. This presidential debate last night, bro, I was absolutely positively rolling. And there's a couple things that it wasn't it wasn't anything to really laugh at, but yeah, let me just play some of the video because
Are you?
Nope. No ads on my pod. The only ad I do is for Soulita, and that's it. I'm a loyal guy. Highlights. Here we go.
Graduated last in your...
This is literally how it went.
How you doing, man? I want to make sure.
Graduated last...
By the way, off the rip, such a not genuine introduction. How you doing, man? Okay, how about yourself?
How you doing, man? I want to make sure.
How you doing, man? How are you, Joe? Literally how it started.
How you doing, man? I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
you picked
Be surprised. Go
the
ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy, the wrong
Joe.
night at the wrong time.
Listen, did you use the word smart? You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
Always attacking personally. Always. I'm like almost positive. I'm not gonna let me make one thing clear, and I've made it clear on this podcast before. I'm not gonna get on here. This shit is Jimmy's Diner, bro. It's not fucking Jimmy Kimmel. It's not Jimmy Fallon. It's not fucking Jimmy. I think there's one more Jimmy in there. I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna get on here and act like I know politics like that. I mean, I know some. I was watching the debate, and sometimes I talk to my girl about shit, and she's like, huh? But, bro, the same thing I'm pretty sure happened with the Hillary shit. They were just at each other's throats. Dog, talk about all the fucking crazy shit happening right now. By the way, side note, I don't think it was fair to like really, to an extent, like I think that they should talk about what is going to happen going forward with COVID. Like I know Trump's whole thing and their support and his supporters is like, don't vote for Biden because he's gonna shut shit down. As long as they pay us, bro, I don't really give a fuck what they do. That's how I'm feeling. I'm gonna be honest. And you know what? I'll still fuck Uncle Sam in the ass and give haircuts, unless COVID was obviously bad. But it's always attacking Percy. This nigga, I don't know if they'll show this in the highlights, but this nigga even came at Joe's son, and it was just ridiculous.
Graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Vote now.
You're gonna pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't
you're
want
a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the
You want to
question
put a lot
is
of
the
new
question
Supreme Court
is
justices,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you
Who
shut
is
up,
your,
man?
Listen, who is on your list?
You folks at home, how many of you got up this morning and had an empty chair at the kitchen table because someone died of COVID? How many of you were in a situation where you lost your mom or dad and you couldn't even speak to them? You had a nurse holding a phone up so you could, in fact, say goodbye.
You would have lost far
How
more
many
people.
Oh my God. You would have lost far more people.
Get the fuck out of here.
This shit was hilarious, but I was also low-key annoyed. Like, I was laughing, but at the same time, I was like, these niggas are like, if I cloned Alexandria, right? And literally took Alexandria and made another Alexandria, and I fucking had them sit down and say, debate. And that's what the fuck. Yo, Trump is fucking crazy, bro. And I'm not fond of either of them. I'm gonna be 100 right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I might vote for Biden. It's either that or I'm not voting. And I have people. I do what I want at the end of the day, but I have people in my ear like, oh, if you don't vote, you're ignorant. So it's like, if that type of guilt sits with me for a little extra, I might end up voting for Biden.
COVID. How many of you were in a situation where you lost your
this right
mom
here,
or dad?
like,
and you
it's
couldn't
okay
even
for me to
speak
laugh
them?
at
You
this,
had
don't
a
you?
nurse holding a phone up so you could, in fact, say goodbye.
You would have lost far
How
more
many
people.
This is the same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you
up.
by Easter this would be gone away. By the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle. And by the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same
was
man.
said sarcastically,
That was
and you
him.
know that.
I
That was
40,000 people a day are contracting COVID. In addition to that, about between 750 and 1,000 people a day are dying. When he was presented with that number, he said, "It is what it is." Well, it is what it is because you are who you are. He knew all the way back in February how serious this crisis was. He knew it was a deadly disease. What did he do? He's on tape as acknowledging he knew it. He said he didn't tell us or give people a warning of it because he didn't want to panic the American people. You don't panic. He panicked. And even the people who testified under oath.
So let me ask you this.
By the way, this moderator sucked ass. Like, you ever like out at a fucking Walmart or a Target and you see like he's literally every Caucasian parent who has zero control of their kids. Like, you're just looking and you're like, I would love to just strangle your kid right now. And I wouldn't do that in real life. But I'm saying, like, in mentally, we think that. We're like, I would kick your son in the dick early on and fuck his whole possibility of making one of his own. Because if another one of those walks around and there's another set of Caucasian parents like you who do nothing about it, no control. That's what this moderator had.
Go ahead, Mister. I'm listening to you. Wait a minute. You get the final word, Mister.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown. Excuse me.
Hey, let me just say to you.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and
this was
militia
bad,
groups
by the way.
and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these
This was
cities, as
bad.
we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm willing
prepared to
do
specifically
that, but
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
what do you-
okay,
what do
first
you-
of
what
all,
do you-
before I play the rest of this clip, let me tell you something, bro. If somebody's asking you a question, just answer the question. I fucking can't stand that in any type of scenario, right? So this is my thing, right? Black Lives Matter. They're saying Black Lives Matter. And I'm not talking about fake Black Lives Matter. I'll get to that. I'll get to that because I know I put out a video. I was going on a rant about these fucking douchebags marching up and down my street at 11 at night, waking up. I'll get there. There are, in fact, there are 100% in fact people on both sides who absolutely suck dick, bro. If I had it my way, I'd get rid of fucking Republicans and Democrats altogether. And like, I don't know shit about politics. I don't know when this shit started. I don't know when the two-party shit started. I just know I can't stand it. It's like literally one side has to think one way, one side has to think the other way. I'm too much of a fucking in-between person, bro. I believe in climate change. I also believe we should fucking be able to carry guns to an extent. Let's see. I think girls should be able to get abortions. I don't know. That's not my decision to make. That's the female's choice to make. I believe in fucking science, which that's what makes me vote Democrat. I lean very, very far left, right? I know not very far left. I lean, a little more to the left. It doesn't sit right with me, and it has never sat right with me that Republicans like legit are just they don't believe in science. I can't get behind that, bro. I can't. Like, nigga, space exploration, fucking looking into what's happening in the environment, medicine, vaccines. Like, I've spoken to Republicans who legit will try to convince me that vaccines are so bad for you, and it literally just comes from religion. And the whole like anti-belief in science, like not believing in science thing does come from the whole like Republicans. They're very they hold on to like religion a little more than Democrats do, I believe. And that's where the anti-abortion thing comes from too. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. You sound like a fucking idiot. You're very, very, very ignorant, and I can't get behind it. And that's one of the that's like one of the prime reasons I vote Democrat when I do vote, because it just that's never made any sense to me. But what I was gonna fucking answer was, what I was gonna say was, this nigga, there are idiots on both sides, right? I hate people on both sides, right? I'm making that very fucking clear. But when you're asked a question, just answer the question. Just like when Black Lives Matter say Black Lives Matter, don't respond with, or if they're asking, do Black Lives Matter, don't say all lives matter, or don't say not all cops are bad. When people are saying these things, just agree with it or say nothing, because then you're starting like a whole other conversation that isn't the current conversation. It's simple shit. I think that's the most logical thing you could fucking do in a debate or in any fucking conversation. So I don't know.
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
This is bad.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what.
Oh my God. So I looked into this shit, right? It was all over fucking social media. You guys saw it. Proud Boys. I don't like CNN, but I'm going to click on this article. Trump's debate call out bolsters far right. Oh, there's a video of him like explaining himself, which doesn't matter, but we'll see. It's the fact that he said stand by.
Let's get after it. Cases are still going up. This virus
absolutely hate this case so much, bro. Let's play the fucking video. Yeah, Proud Boys are celebrating. That's enough to fucking be like, hey, bro, that was a bad
The Proud Boys would stand back and stand by.
I don't know who the Proud Boys are. I mean, you'll have to give me a definition because I really don't know who they are. I can only say they have to stand down, let law enforcement do their work. Law enforcement will do the work more and more. As people see how bad this radical liberal Democrat movement is and how weak, the law enforcement's going to come back stronger and stronger. But again, I don't know who Proud Boys are, but whoever they are, they have to stand down, let.
Okay, this is acting up. It's pissing me off.
Caitlin, the president can say he doesn't know.
I'm not going to play the rest of that video because I don't fuck with CNN. But it's not the fact that you said stand down, bro. It's the fact that you said stand by. To me, stand by is like I would tell my boy to stand by if I felt like I wanted him to just be ready for something. Like, I didn't fuck with that. And that's why a lot of people didn't fuck with that.
Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not.
And then he bounces off and he's like, oh, somebody's got to do something. Like, yeah, I'm going to do something, but he's got to do something. Like, no, bro. It's like when your fucking parent is pulling you aside when you're a kid. This whole shit reminds me of children, by the way. It's like when your fucking parent it's you and your siblings, right? You know your sibling fucked up, but your parent's pulling you aside and your parent's like, yo, you fucked up. And then you go, all right, you're asking for an ass whooping, by the way, which is what this moderator should have done. This moderator should have been like fucking Brock Lesnar or some shit. I'm just saying. That's an idea for the next time. So anytime they act like children, he just fucking suplexes them into oblivion. Not to say parents should do that to their kids. That's for these old fucks who literally look like they're gonna die any day now. Trump from fucking, if he has like one more fucking Trump looks like if he has one more burger, he's just gonna like croak, right? And then Biden, he just literally looks like if he has one bad fall, he's done. So yeah, bro. Literally, like it's like if your parents sat you down and was like, "Hey, you're fucking up. You need to get your shit together." And you went, "Hey, mom, okay, I'll get it together. But what about him?" You're asking for an ass whooping. Your mom wasn't talking about him. She was talking about you. I know I got my ass whooped when I pulled that move. But these niggas, the whole thing is.
Spent a year there.
He got
Oh boy.
FBI director.
This is a
This is when this
White
motherfucker calls out
supremacist.
his
Would you like me to
son,
continue?
bro.
back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Right-wing problem.
His
This
own
is a left-wing.
FBI director.
This
said
is a left-wing problem.
My son was in Iraq. He spent a year there. He got the Bronze Star. He got the Conspicuous Service Medal. He was not a loser.
Yeah,
he was.
Bro, the world is burning. Okay, there are forest fires and shit in California. The ocean levels are rising. They keep rising. I sound like Leo DiCaprio, bro. I watch a lot of documentaries. There's fucking loads of shit happening all over the place. And we're going to talk about our kids.
And the people left behind there were heroes.
Really?
And I resent.
Are you talking about Hunter? Are you talking about Hunter?
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use. And he didn't have a job until you became vice president. Once you became vice president, he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
that is simply
and various
not
other places.
True.
Yo, when he said that, I lost my shit. That is simply not true. His soul is hurting for you to say some shit like that.
My son.
And he didn't have a job.
My son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it. And I'm proud of him.
But why was he given tens of millions?
Mr. President, your campaign agreed to both sides would get 2-minute answers uninterrupted. Well, your side agreed to it. And why don't you observe what your campaign agreed to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
He never keeps his word.
Because
It's
no,
going to create thousands and millions of jobs, good-paying jobs.
But let him finish, sir.
My God.
He doesn't know how to do that.
Oh my God.
I'm urging my supporters.
Yeah, I'm not playing this anymore. You guys probably watched it. Yeah, man. It's a very fucking tough election once again, if you ask me. But like every election, there's going to be people who are hardcore riding with one person or hardcore riding with the other person. And for me, if you're hardcore riding with anyone this year, that's cap. Plain and simple. If you're a fucking full-blown Trump cock gobbler, you're wrong. You are delusional. If you're a full-blown, this whole settle for Biden movement, Biden cock gobbler, then you're wrong. Plain and simple. Believe what you want to believe. You're all entitled to your own opinions. I preach that on this podcast, whether it's Sin Vergüenza or now Jimmy's Diner, day in and day out. But you are wrong. You're wrong. And what I was going to say about the fucking protests right here on fucking Pocasset Avenue is what I said on my Instagram. First of all, story time, real quick. I'm knocking out on the couch watching Sopranos, right? My girl is awake. No news there. I knock out every time. I'm definitely. We're both like old fucks. We come home. We'll go on. We'll do a little night runs or whatever. Get a little in there if we have the time. But I'm knocking out, right? I wake up at like 11:30 to just shouting outside my window. And it wasn't right on Pocasset. Providence, people outside of Providence, Pocasset is a main road. And it's not like a big popular main road. It's literally a main road. There's probably, you'll run into like a CVS or two here and there, and that's pretty much it. It's just a bunch of cribs. Behind Pocasset is where the fucking noise was coming from, which is a side street, essentially, which was the weirdest thing to me, right? I get up, I look out the window, I hear out the window, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to put it together. I'm like, this is a protest for Breonna Taylor. So, me being curious, I go outside. Mind you, out the windows, you see people on their phones out the window. This whole area right here is all minorities. It's Dominicans, it's black people, it's just people of color all around, right? So I'm looking out the window, I see a whole bunch of like elderly people, definitely just got woken up out of their sleep. It's a weeknight. They're on their phones calling the cops. So I get down there and it's all white people, bro. It's always white people. Always. And these are the people. I'm not going to fucking speak for Trump and say who he's talking about. But these super, super, super left-wing people, the white people who do these protests, they don't fucking help the situation at all. They're not helping anyone at all. First of all, my number one issue was I woke up out of my sleep fine. I sleep like shit anyway because I fucking drink cold brews at 11 something at night. Now 12. Here's my thing. You're going to wake up all the elderly people in the area and not even just elderly people, kids, just this whole area is filled with people of color. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, that this fucking group, because I went outside for myself out of curiosity just to see if I was proven wrong, because I literally, in my head, on my way down, I looked at my girl and I said, watch this be all white people. The group was legit all white people. They took up almost like the entire fucking, they took up the entire middle of the street, right? When I got down there, cops are down there and shit. They're literally just following them, trying to kind of like push them out, but not pushing them out physically, just kind of like walking towards them. And these people have their like riot, very dramatic, their riot shields in front of them. It looks like a fucking riot shield. I don't know what you call it, but they're like kind of like moving back and they keep marching and they're chanting shit like all cops are bastards. Now, in that scenario, when there's no Black Lives Matter, no anything, you know, there's nothing happening. There's no type of other discussion. For you have a right to do so. But when you're walking down the street and you're chanting, all cops are bastards, when they're literally there because they were called by the people of color who you think you're helping in the area by waking them up at 11 o'clock at night.
Get the fuck out of here.
They're there for you. Sorry, white people, but it's not your fight to fight. We kind of appreciate you stepping up, but we don't when you do dumb shit like that. I'm just being honest. And it's also the white people were also the ones doing the fucking riots and shit. You saw the videos of people in California. You saw the videos of people in Providence when they fucking they smashed the window and they fucked up one of a really good local skate shop out here, Civil, a popular one. Get my SBs from over there. Got a couple friends that work over there. Destroying black businesses in the streets when the George Floyd shit was happening. It's always white people. When you look in the videos of the shit that was happening, I think it was like California, white people just rushing into the fucking sneaker shops and shit, just raiding and taking it. What does that do? You think George Floyd is looking down from heaven or whatever you believe in and being like, yep, I want these people to just fucking loot and break and take and everything. White people, you're not helping us out. We don't appreciate you. And the greatest thing was about that night, and I'm being sarcastic, obviously, was this fucking dumb bitch. And I hate using that word. No, I don't hate using that word because I use that word a lot jokingly. But I'm saying it seriously about this girl. I have my phone out recording the thing, and she's like, don't record us, record the cops. Look at them. They're going to do something to us, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, they're there because you're fucking starting a loud ass fucking protest at 11 something at night, almost midnight, waking all these people up. Who do you think called the cops? I literally saw an old Dominican dude looking out his window and going, more police, more police. Black Lives Matter? But you're waking up Black Lives at fucking almost 12 at night on a weeknight? Doing this shit? They all look like they were fucking from like East Greenwich or West Warwick and shit, by the way. Why don't you go protest in front of alleys? Wasn't that a thing? Aren't you like, isn't alleys canceled again? Go cancel a couple other things. Don't come to Cast It Out with that bullshit. And then when the cops show up, play victim. When you're chanting shit like all cops are bastards, I don't know. Listen to this podcast, bro, and get mad all you want. You could label me a fucking cop supporter or whatever. I love all people. That's a big fact about me, and I'm getting serious on this podcast. I'm not really, honestly, I'm not dedicated. I have other forms of doing like my comedic shit. If I don't get funny on this podcast, it is what it is. I'm just gonna use this podcast as an outlet. I always have. I feel like my shit right now is like I love all people. I love all good people. Bad cops, those are bad people. Doesn't mean they're all bad. White people protesting like that, I think that's pretty bad. But they're not all bad fucking white people protesting. There's white people who protest, you know, in the area of they actually care and they're doing it the way the people of color are doing it. I love all people who are good and reasonable. That shit right there is ridiculous. So the group that came from fucking South County who went home and laid their fucking white asses on their pillow and got up the next day and used mommy's credit card to order whatever Yeezys or fucking Nikes dropped that next day. I have one soundboard button for you.
Get the fuck out of here.
And don't come back. That shit just pissed me off, bro. I had to go on a rant about that because it just... Oh, God. Fuck. I have something to vent about, too. That I've been running into this a couple times. I've been running into it at the shop. I've been running into it with fucking a friend of mine, the friend that I had on the podcast last episode. And I just got to say this because this is my opinion on this shit. And I think that we all need to grow up, period, when it comes to toxic ways of thinking like this. For some reason, there's a good amount of people in my life who get very, very weirded out by or think it's almost wrong of me to have a good relationship with my daughter's mother. That's super, super toxic. So, and you do realize that if you were in my position and you had baby mama drama or baby daddy drama, whatever the fuck the case may be, on the outside looking in, you probably, for whatever reason, because you're immature and you're toxic or whatever, you're looking and you're like, I don't know, that shouldn't happen. Doesn't he have a girl? Girl's 100% cool with it, by the way. She trusts me. I trust her. If she was in that same position, yeah, what the fuck? I wouldn't want any type of drama. But we all still are the same fucking douchebags who watched Jersey Shore and lived off of it. I think that, sadly, in 2020, there's people who still have a very toxic way of thinking. First of all, it's good for my daughter. Second of all, it's good for my current relationship because I don't have to worry about fucking baby mama drama. She doesn't have to worry about baby mama drama. Who the fuck wants that shit, right? Don't get me wrong. There's been times where we've had some fucking battles and shit, but we are where we are right now. And like, I'm not going to ask for more of the drama shit because I'm good. I've wanted this for a while. But this toxic way of thinking that you guys have. Now, if it was just, you know, like even exes and stuff, you guys make it a big deal about being cool with exes or being cool with females or the opposite sex in general. It's just fucking weird to me, bro. Obviously, do it within fucking, you know, within reason. Don't overstep. That's why boundaries are there. But come on. I just thought that shit was weird, bro. And honestly, it's like my girl's like not offended by it. She feels no way about it. I think she'd rather have it this way than fucking have like drama happen in the background all the time. You know how many people I know that have gone through fucking baby mama or baby daddy drama? It's not fun. You'd rather go through that? You'd rather see me go through that? They don't want to see you win. Where's that DJ Khaled video? That shit. Oh, they don't want me to. Compilation.
They don't want you to float in the water.
That's right.
So we float in the water.
They don't want you to be cool with your BM. So be cool with your BM. I will say, weirdest text ever to fucking hit her up and be like, hey, permission, like, cause co-parenting and shit, permission from you to have her in the music video? Yeah, sure. That's it. Weirdest text I had to send. It's not like I was making a crazy video. She was just in there doing her little, like, fucking, I was like, hey, get mad. And, like, she has no problem getting mad and fucking throwing fits and just bugging out on me every other time. But that fucking day, the video shoot, she fucking does a little giggle, and I'm like, oh, now you don't want to get mad? Convenient.
They don't want me to have an elevator. So I made sure I got an elevator.
I love DJ Khaled. That motherfucker's hilarious. My girl's a shit, bro. That's the type of shit. She's mature. She's loyal. She's just the fucking shit. I had a very deep conversation with her before I did this podcast today about my anxiety, because I'm going on a plane this month, and I talked to my therapist about it. If you guys have any advice for me, feel free to send it through. But I talked to my therapist this month about what's happening this month. I'm going on a plane. I have a big fear of going on a plane with my anxiety. There's people who are scared of falling out planes. I'm afraid of having a fucking panic attack on a plane. My psychiatrist prescribed me a little something to take before. I should be pretty mellowed out, but whatever. I think I'm gonna be chilling. But I had a conversation with her today about how I'm very and men go through this shit. I talked to a few guys who go through this. I talked to I know men who go through this. I've gone through this. Is my first time going through this, but I told her before this podcast, I said, I'm over here having anxiety about the possibility of having anxiety in front of you. Because whenever I have anxiety or a panic attack or whatever, I try to fucking hold that shit in front of anybody. And especially now in front of her. But I have to start telling myself, yo, she's not that type of person. This is someone you can talk to. This is someone you can be comfortable with. But we got to teach ourselves that as men. You know how fucking, it's hard for anybody, but you know how hard it is for a man? We feel the need to, like, be these macho men all the time, the strong, silent type. If you watch Sopranos, you know what I'm talking about. That's me. That's a dangerous thing I do when I have a panic attack in front of anybody. Specifically, yeah, say situations like if I'm around my friends or if I'm around my girl, right? I gotta keep it, or my daughter, I gotta keep it together. Why? One, I want to be the strong fucking the strong silent type. Two, I don't want them to see me bugging out. They can't fucking know. So now I'm in my head and I'm making it worse because I just realistically inside I want to burst out and just be like, yo, I'm having a mental breakdown right now. Whether I want to cry or whatever the fuck the case may be. And she told me what someone like her with her soul and her energy would tell me. I got you. I would never. Yeah, I'm afraid of getting judged, bro. That shit. I mean, like, I've been judged by the people I've had in and out of my life, and it sucks. To anybody who goes through it, women, men, whoever, like, it sucks to fucking have anxiety or any type of mental illness and be judged for it. And it's happened so much in my life that I'm literally afraid of it happening again. Well, we talk about everything. We talk through everything, and it's all good. If I fucking have a panic attack on that airplane, guess where I'm resting my face? And that's it. That's that cognitive shit right there, bro. You just fucking rest your head on a pair of tits, and you'll be fine. Not on my girls, though. That's my shit. I get possessive. You niggas like to do fucking open relationships and go to like orgy parties and all. Nah, not us, man. Not us. We had that conversation one time. She was like, "Oh, how do you feel about threesomes?" And same thing about strip clubs. I was like, "Eh? Oh, stop it. You don't have to be such a good guy or whatever. You could tell me if you want, because we could go." I'm like, "No, I'm good." The strip club thing, I already told you guys. I think it's stupid. I respect the hustle. I hope they get paid. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I'm not paying for blue balls. I'm not throwing dollar bills and shit for blue balls. And also the thought of a strip club nauseates me a little bit. Aside from the open breakfast bar though, because we know how I feel about breakfast. If they have crispy home fries, that's all I need. I'm a very simple bitch. The orgy party stuff, no. But that was the whole point I was trying to make, is that when I do have a panic attack on this plane, I'm going to pop an Ativan and I'm going to rest my fucking face. I'm legit going to do that. Especially if we have to fucking leave our mask on the whole plane ride, bro. You best believe that I'm going to rest my face in my girl's boobs. And if you're a guy with anxiety, I hope that you have a pair of nice boobs like my girls that you can rest your face in when you want to calm down, but just not mine. Don't even look that way, because if you do, there's gonna be a fucking problem. And you're gonna make me bring out the fucking NY made Jimmy in me that you don't want to see. Fucking aggressive, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read an article one time that boobs are like relaxing. I know my girls are, so. And so are her beautiful eyes. I got to talk about other qualities. I can't be a dog, you know? I love her eyes. She knows that I love her eyes. I look into her eyes every day. When I go to sleep, when I wake up. This shit's getting gay now. You guys will find your own, your own pair of whatever it is that you like. Eyes, boobs, fucking cheeks. You'll find it. It's not destiny, bro. You got to make it work. That's what anybody who believes in that shit, by the way, like I kind of believe in that shit sometimes and I kind of don't. This whole like, oh, you have somebody out there who's meant for you and shit. Yeah, you do. But you can't just fucking like, oh, yeah, I found the person who's meant for me and just ride that. No, bro, you got to make it work. That's what I realized. Because the thing is, like, you could find somebody who was meant for you, who you feel like is meant for you, and then guess what? You have a fight, and then you're like, nah, I'm not doing this shit, and then you fucking bounce out. Guess what? You just fucked up destiny. That was your person right there. You got to work for everything in your life, including relationships. So don't work through like toxic shit though, Obviously, like don't fucking, if your girl's gonna throw a right hook at you or you're gonna fucking cheat on your girl or whatever the fuck's gonna happen, bro, don't work through shit like that. Now I'm just fucking babbling on, right? Yeah, I think we're pretty good. We're at 48 minutes. It's fucking 12:20 a.m. I gotta cut some dick. Dude, I love making money and I love cutting hair, but I also at the same time, when I get a notification when I'm getting out of the shower that somebody booked their haircut for fucking 8 a.m, I'm just like, die. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Jimmy's Diner, the very late edition. Next week, I'm going to have a guest. I will announce that for you sometime this weekend or earlier next week. But we're going to fucking get the ball rolling again. And keep pushing that parody. Send it to fucking Drake. Send it to fucking Lil Durk. I don't even know who Lil Durk is, to be real with you. Send it to World Star. Send it to fucking everybody you can. And get that shit fucking popping. It's popping on my IG. I need the YouTube popping. I need it fucking sent to outlets. I want to win. They don't want to see you win. But I'm going to win anyway. Because it's no days off. All right. I'm bugging out right now. Yeah. This has been episode 43 of Jimmy's Diner. I will catch you niggas on the flip.
My name is Jimmy.
Also, this coffee did nothing for me, so.